Hey guys, Monochrome here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Genuinely good to have you. Okay, video title says it all. Let's just get right into it. These are two trends that I'm seeing more of, and they genuinely bother me to the point that I'm making a video about them. So, first trend, you're brand new to firearms. You've decided that getting a defensive pistol would be best for you, and you're intelligent enough to realize, hey, I need to find an instructor who's going to teach me properly how to shoot, and I need to find one right away. Okay, so let's say you find one, he's local, he's in your area, great. You go, you pay your money, you attend the first class. Obviously, it's going to be a basic firearm safety class because you and presumably everyone else in the class is brand new to firearms, especially handguns. Okay. I'll say this, a lot of instructors, the vast majority of them, can easily cover a basic firearms safety class. So as far as that goes, that shouldn't be an issue. Now let's say that the class is over, you walk up to the instructor, and during the course of the class, it became clear that you're dealing with someone who knows a lot about guns, someone who's very experienced. So you take the opportunity to ask him, what would be a good gun for you, a brand new shooter that you can carry concealed and rely on? The proper response from the instructor is that he's going to ask you questions about your lifestyle, about your job, about the amount of weight and size of the pistol that you personally would be comfortable carrying. He's going to ask you about your hobbies. He's going to ask you about all the places you frequent, especially during your off hours. And he's going to ask you about your work setting, what type of attitude people have there. Now, if he doesn't ask you any of those questions, if instead, after you're done asking him what his recommendation is, if he just blurts out whatever concealed carry pistol that he relies on, and he tells you, you need to get this, no. What you need to do is politely thank him for his answer and then look for a new firearms instructor for the more advanced classes. Because that's the thing. A good firearms instructor will take into account the fact that you are not him. You don't have the experiences he does. You don't have the level of knowledge and training that he does. I mean, if you ask him and his response is, Glock, you need to get a Glock. Absolutely, you have to buy a Glock. No, you don't. Or maybe you'll get a different answer. Smith & Wesson M&P Shield, you have to get it. It's much better than a Glock. Well, actually, no, it's not. And no, you don't need to get a Glock or a Smith & Wesson M&P or really any recommendation of that kind. What you need is to find an instructor who can actually help you instead of just blurting out whatever works best for him and whatever he carries. I mean, I'll tell you this, if your instructor carries a Glock Model 19 with 2 extra fully loaded magazines and he's able to conceal that on a regular basis, yeah, you as a new student, no. No, I'm sorry, but no. No. Just no. And I'll let you in on a dirty little secret. A lot of the guys who claim that they can effectively conceal carry something like that, if you meet them in public, they probably have a little 380 auto in a pocket holster. But, I mean, even if they do, something like a Glock 19 with 2 spare magazines, that is definitely not something that any instructor worth his salt is going to expect a new student to start carrying. It's just not. So again, a good instructor will ask you questions, especially about your lifestyle and the places you frequent. Because let's face it, there's going to be a huge difference between someone who happens to be a rancher in Texas and what they can comfortably carry versus someone who works in a law firm in LA and what they're going to be comfortable carrying. There's a difference. There really is. So make sure your firearms instructor asks you questions. And then afterwards, maybe he'll recommend a couple of good choices that will perhaps be a good fit for you and your lifestyle. And again, a good instructor will emphasize that. He'll say, well, you might want to take a look at this pistol or perhaps this one. Try them out at the range, maybe rent them and just, try them out, see which one might work best and possibly be a good fit for you. Okay, you're not going to get an absolute definite answer. So after you've taken that basic safety class, if you get a reply such as Glock, you have to buy a Glock, absolutely, buy it now. Yeah. You take any other classes, especially more advanced classes, look for a different instructor, absolutely. The second thing I wanted to cover, and even good instructors are guilty of this, they have tons of experience, tons of knowledge, and sometimes it's easy to forget that your students don't have as much training or practice as you do. So I see a lot of instructors recommending small frame, 5-shot, 2-inch barreled revolvers to their students, especially petite female students. Now, here's the thing. With modern day guns, you can get something like that that's ultra light. We're talking right around 13 ounces for the entire gun. And when you get something like that, yes, they are relatively small. They are easy to carry. They don't weigh a lot. They don't take up a ton of space. Revolvers are basically drop-dead reliable. Here's the thing, though. You get something right around 13 ounces, that lightweight, that small. We're talking a grip where you've got your finger alongside the trigger guard, and then you've got two fingers underneath it. I mean, those guns are very, very difficult to shoot, even for some experienced shooters. I mean, for a beginner, especially a petite female, honestly, just no. That is a bad recommendation. And I'm not even talking about the ones chambered in .357 Magnum. No. I'm talking about the ones specifically chambered in .38 Special, or maybe the ones chambered in .357 Magnum where the instructor tells you only load it with +P .38 Special loads. So okay, you've got this small frame, snubby 5-shot revolver, very lightweight, usually a short grip, and it's right around 13 to maybe 17 ounces at most, and you're shooting .38 Special +Ps out of it. Because yeah, when it comes to stopping power, standard pressure .38s are not going to cut it. I'm sorry, they're not. So you have this very small, very lightweight gun loaded with .38 Special +P loads that definitely kick harder than standard pressure .38s, although not quite as hard as a .357 Magnum load. And it's like you have this new student who is petite, female, maybe not too much strength in her wrists. I'm being realistic, guys. And that's the recommendation? Yeah, go out there, shoot this. I guarantee you, after a couple of cylinder fulls of .38 Special +P, she's going to put that gun down and not want to touch it. And if you have a student who is turned off because the gun that their instructor recommended is punishing their hands and wrists to the point they don't want to shoot it anymore, that's a problem. I mean, seriously, instructors need to stop recommending these ultralight, snub-nosed, small frame revolvers. They are not designed for new students. They are hard to shoot. They're even hard to shoot for experienced individuals. So I just don't understand why so many instructors insist on, yes, this is what you need to carry, shoot, go out there, you're good. Well, no, they're not good. I mean, I don't get this philosophy of, especially if your student is female, recommending one of the hardest handguns out there to shoot well and accurately. Why would you recommend it? It makes no sense, and unfortunately, it is a trend. It needs to stop. And it's just really unfortunate that even good instructors are doing it. So watch out for those two things, guys. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time. Please continue to stay safe out there.